Tofu by accidentally gaslighting my neighbor into thinking he has superpowers because I was too lazy to fix my Wi-Fi. Obligatory. This started about 2 months ago and came to a crashing halt this morning. I, 25M, live in a duplex with very thin walls. My neighbor Gary, 50s nice guy slightly eccentric, lives on the other side. My Wi-Fi router is terrible. It constantly disconnects. I discovered recently that if I smack the wall really hard right where the router is mounted, it sometimes jiggles the loose connection back into place and the internet comes back. Here is where the screw-up begins. I work from home. One afternoon I heard Gary through the wall. He sneezed. Loudly. Achoo! At that exact second my internet cut out. Frustrated, I immediately slammed my fist against the wall to fix the router. Bang! Silence from Gary's side. A few days later I heard Gary drop his keys. Clink. My internet died again. Coincidence? I slammed the wall. Bang! I didn't think anything of it until I met Gary at the mailbox. He looked shaken. He whispered, "Do you feel an energy shift lately?" I had no idea what he was talking about, so I just said, "Yeah man, the vibes are weird." Fast forward 2 weeks. I am sitting in my living room and I hear Gary through the wall. He is testing something. He says very clearly power. Nothing happens. He says louder force. My internet was fine, so I did nothing. Then he yells thunder. At that exact moment my connection dropped. I slammed the wall. Bang! I heard Gary gasp. "It's real," he whispered. I realized what was happening. I should have stopped. I should have explained the loose wire in my router. But I didn't. Instead I became a god of chaos. Over the next month, whenever Gary yelled thunder or strike, if I was near the wall I would smack it. Not always. I kept it intermittent to make it believable. Conditioning, you know? Gary started wearing a cape to check the mail. He bought a headband. He told me he thinks he is a kinetic conduit. The climax: this morning the power went out in our entire block due to a storm. Gary, apparently believing this was his moment, ran out into the shared front yard. He stood in the pouring rain, raised his hands to the sky and screamed, "Return the light." I was watching from the window. Obviously nothing happened. The power company was still working on it. But Gary didn't give up. He turned to my house, pointed at my wall and shrieked, "I summon the surge." He then proceeded to sprint full speed at our shared wall, presumably to channel the energy physically. He didn't know I was standing right there. He didn't know that specific part of the wall was dry rot damaged. Leave a like. Subscribe to my channel. Get notified. Gary Kool-Aid manned his way straight through the drywall into my living room and tackled my bookshelf. So I am now sitting in the ER waiting room with Gary, who has a broken collarbone. He is currently explaining to the nurse that his frequency was too high for the structural integrity of the barrier. I have to explain to my landlord why there is a Gary-shaped hole in the living room. I hit my wall to fix my internet. My neighbor thought he was controlling me with his mind. He eventually tried to channel his power and ran straight through my wall, destroying my living room and his collarbone.